Our first race of the evening is going to be event 211, the women 50-meter butterfly, and we have 5 heats. If you can please start reporting. Event 212 will be the men 50-meter butterfly, and there are another 5 heats of that, so please get yourselves ready. But can the women 50 butterfly please start reporting to the call room? Right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our evening session on Saturday. Please, can we put our hands together for our officials for the evening session? Please welcome our officials onto pool deck. Ladies and gentlemen, our referee for this evening session, Mr. Gavin Jackson. Our starter, Mr. Richard Stead. And technical director, Mrs. Daphne Bird. Officials, you may be seated. Thank you. Right, Michael, the sun is setting. We couldn't ask for a more beautiful setting to start the gala. We're going to welcome our women's 50-meter butterfly heat 1 onto pool deck. There are 5 heats. Women 50-meter butterfly heat 1. Evening session of day 2, AquaPark Pietermaritzburg. Here we go.
Welcome along everyone to the AquaPark Aquatic Centre here in Pietermaritzburg at St. Charles College for the 3rd session now of the South African Grand Prix held here in Pietermaritzburg at the beautiful facility. We're kicking off the evening tonight with the women's 50-meter butterfly. We have heat 1 now, lining up, about to dive in. And the 3rd session, event 211, is underway now on Saturday evening here in Pietermaritzburg, and it's a great start from lane number 2. Chanel Fantonda representing AquaPark at her home pool, touching really closely there with Sarah Schofield, a well-known name so far in this event, in this gala. And Schofield looks like she's actually taken the lead. A little bit of a surge coming here from Kay Cheshire, another well-known name from this gala, and taking it out, the first race of the evening goes to Sarah Schofield in time of 31.8, so a nice PB for her, nearly 2 seconds. So a great way to start off the evening, and let's move on to heat 2.
Heat 2 of the women 50-meter butterfly. If the men event 212, men 50-meter butterfly, if you can start reporting. Thank you.
So heat number 2 now, and some more familiar names here. This race really just all about as fast as you can, as hard as you can, not breathing too much, because lifting the head to breathe obviously breaks the streamline. You want to really keep your body in as straight a line as possible, especially swimming strokes like freestyle and butterfly. And yeah, lifting the head, essentially what that does is drop the hips and take you out of that streamline position. So you'll see not a lot of breathing in this particular event, as showcased here by lane 4 here, Del Fabro, a well-known name as well across this campaign. And she takes her first breath there on the second stroke out of the wall. So not breathing a lot. Out in lane 8 as well, going very nicely is Olivia Myberg. She'll come home in second, but heat number 2 taken by Del Fabro in a time of 31.68. So nothing in it really, just 10th and a half faster than the first heat. So some really fast swimming here, 2:31s for the winners. Really fast swimming to start off the third session now.
Some great swimming to start off the evening. Heat 3 of 5, woman 50-meter butterfly. We've got Hayley DeHaas in lane 7 on her coach's birthday.
He told me that I must just put the microphone down. That's what he told me. So, yeah. I can give him a thumbs up. I don't mind. Thumbs up. So, heat number 3 now into the water. And Amy Lee Jones, Mika Bocking swam really nicely earlier on in the morning. So, we'll watch for them. Also, Giselle Maritz out to a really fast start again in lane number 6. She should touch first. And she does. Let's see where they pop up. Maritz pops up just on 10 meters and a really strong, powerful stroke here, which is, as mentioned, exactly what you need in the 50-meter butterfly. She's going to be a country mile ahead now. A very big lead for a 50-meter event, and she touches first in 29.48, so breaks 30. The entry time she had of a 31, so really a big PB for her there, and a really nice time to start off the evening. I'm good. So moving on to heat number 4 now, in the women's 50-meter butterfly. As always, the heats will get faster and faster as we go on. So we look now to some faster swimming. Lane number 4, Emma Pretorius, Layla Springer, Danica van Zyl. In lane number 3, familiar name as well, Jordan Collett. Lane number 2 for Tux, had quite a busy campaign. And we watch as well for Oosthuizen with those underwaters. Lane number 6 representing Kovsies, as they just clear the pool now for a 50. The reason they clear the pool, if anyone's wondering, is because in a 50-meter event, they come back so fast that they run the risk of not being out the water by the time the girls come back. So we have to wait for them to clear the pool, only in the 50s really, and also potentially now something like a 100-meter freestyle where they come back really fast. Also in short course, it makes a bigger difference. If this was a 50-meter pool right now, we'd have a lot more time, about a minute or so to clear the pool. But because it's short course, we have about 30 seconds to clear the pool. So just to avoid the risk, they clear the pool, but the whistle blows, and now time to move on to heat number 4. Fastest entry time here, 29.6 from 15-year-old Emma Pretorius, and lane number 4. You watch to see the underwaters here. Really, really important to get a really good breakout here. Looks like the breakout so far is really, really even from all of them. A little bit of a lead actually coming out of lane number 2 for Jordan Collett. Will touch first at halfway. And looked like a really great turn there from Danica van Zyl. Mamushaka, lane number 3. She took the lead in the underwater. But Collett's still there, as well as lane number 6 there. Oosthuizen really fast off the wall. She might even steal it in the final moments here. It's going to go to van Zyl. 29.78, so slightly slower than the heat before, but nice to see another 29 there. Oosthuizen came home second, and Collett took third in 30.27.
Right, we've moved to our final heat of the women's 50-meter butterfly. We have a stellar lineup, so strap yourselves in for what promises to be an amazing race.
Some really, really familiar names here in the final heat of the women's 50-meter butterfly. Just to name them, Christine Wessels in lane number 4. And Nehemiah has had an amazing campaign so far. Chanel Feltzman, Cara Rafe as well, 21-year-old who trains in Florida. Really, really great reaction time there from lane number 1, Jolene Cornelius. She's popped up really nicely. Likewise to lane number 3, Chanel Feltzman. She might just go through the halfway point in the lead. She does do that, and Christine Wessels and Nehemiah right with her here. Really great underwater there. Popping up in first place was Wessels in lane number 4. And they come now to the last 5 meters. It's a dead race between the two Tux girls. It went to Wessels in first, Meyer took second, and Feltzman took third. 27.72 for Vessels, 28.2 and 28.3 for Meyer and Feltzman. And yeah, really, really great swimming there.
Christine, a wonderful start to our evening. Congratulations on winning the 50-meter butterfly in a time of 27.72. Is this your first time at AquaPark?
Yes, this is. Yeah, it's an amazing facility.
That's wonderful. And how did you feel about your swim this evening?
It was okay. Definitely excited for SA short course with that.
Yes, and we look forward to welcoming you back to PMB. And do you have any more races this evening?
Just the relay.
All the best and good luck. Thank you. Christine Vessels, everyone.
Moving forward now onto event 212, the men's 50-meter butterfly. This will really be a splash and dash event here.
So that you stand next to each other.
A lot of
As you start
lot of big
talking,
boys,
you can turn.
a lot of muscle being thrown around, and yeah, it'll just be all about aggression, about speed, about strength, about power, off the walls,
Right,
into the walls.
event 213, women 100 breaststroke. If you can please start reporting. Event 213, women 100 meter breaststroke. Right, here we go. Men 50 meter butterfly, heat 1 of 5.
So quite a full. So quite a busy first heat here with 7 boys in the heat. There's 12 years old, a couple of them. We looked at Vian Slubber, lane number 3, just 12 years old. And Brody Wilkins in lane number 7. Callum Harder in lane number 6. Caden Sneeman, lane number 1. So familiar 12-year-olds that are just mixing in with the big boys here. And that's really going to be good for them going forward. Anyway, we look to Kian Sneeman now, leading it at the halfway mark of the 50-meter butterfly. Shorter underwater than expected, and he pops up in the lead nonetheless. As Isaiah Smith as well from Mandeville Dolphins is trying to close him down in the last 10 or so meters, but it's going to go the way of Sneeman in the first heat of the boys. He'll touch in a time of 29.8. Looks like a 29.9 from what I can see with the winning time there for Kian Sneeman. As now the first full heat of the men's 50-meter butterfly. 8 boys in this final, or in this heat. 14 years old, Nicholas Skuman in lane number 4, representing Tux. And in goes the second heat of the men's 50-meter butterfly. Popping up right on 15 meters there. That's going to be touch and go. Was lane number 5. Badenhorst really using every last centimeter he could. And if he got away with that, it's going to really pay dividends because he is in the lead. And really having a two-way fight here with Wilkes in lane number 3. It's going to be between these two. Looks like Wilkes just edging ahead. It's going to be on the touch. Wilkes stole that right at the end there. 27.91 for him and 28.09 for Badenhorst. Coming home third was Caden Abrams from Dragons up in Joburg. So really we're already starting to get down into the 27 mark here. So bodes well for the next few heats coming. Can these guys go faster? That was a very, very well put together swim there by the winner, Wilkes. And we move now to heat number 3.
Heat 3, men 50-meter butterfly.
So some more familiar names here. Sora in lane number 1 has had a really busy campaign. Isted in lane number 3. Boyson in lane number 5, Harrop Allen lane number 7 from Tux, and Berenger as well. So we're getting to the higher profile names here from this gala at least. There's some technical difficulties now.
Quiet, please.
You'll see on camera.
Quiet, please, at the start.
You'll see on camera a lot of these guys slapping their bodies, their legs, their chests, their arms. They're just trying to get as much blood flow to their muscles as can, trying to wake up the muscles, make the heart rate spike a bit. That's what you want in a race like this. This kind of a race really over before you even know it. As I say that already, they're 15 meters down, and popping up first there was Chris Boyson on lane number 5. Really, really busy campaign, but it also as well looks like Michael Sora in lane number 1 and Riley Hemphill lane number 2. These 50s, really anyone can win it in these 50s. Could be anyone from lane 1 to 8. But this one now, sticking to the stereotypes, is Chris Boyson. He takes it out of lane number 5, straight from a 27.9 down to a 25.6 in the 2 different heats. So really, really, really fast swim there from Boyson. And Hemphill will come home second and Sora finished third. Both of those guys 26s respectively, as well as Lutchman. Nice to see 4 guys going under 27.
A really good swim from Chris Boyson. Congratulations there. On to heat number 4.
So heat number 4 or 5 here. Really starting to get into the bigger boys now. Not quite a full heat, so one of them missing out on lane number 8. But you see a swimmer in lane number 7 there with a towel on the block. He'll just be, a lot of people will think now he's trying to get away from the slippiness on the water of the block. But what he's actually doing is protecting his feet from the sharpness of these blocks. These blocks, just being a bit new, are still quite sharp. Likewise to the boy in lane number 4. Mapolo Gela being told now to take it off. Just some technical difficulties here. Some confusion between whether or not they're allowed towels on the blocks. But it is innovative. They're trying to find ways to get every little millisecond they can, especially in a 50. It's so important in races like these. 5 split seconds can be the difference between first and not even just second, but between first and 5th in some cases. So really just trying to get as much time back as they can.
Lane 8, if you could please remove your towel from your starting block. Lane 8.
Manu Kukumua just being told to move his towel off the block. Was worth a shot, and nonetheless, at least he can laugh about it. Manu Kukumua will have to go about this race the normal way. But you've got to give it to them for trying to be innovative, for trying to find every little millisecond that they can. And Manu actually came up first there out of lane number 7. Really, really, really strong start to this race for him. He'll touch first. And second place at the wall there looked like it was Landman. And a really, really nice underwater there from Matthew Slubbert. But it's Manu Kukumua. Really, really good, strong swim from lane number 7. He's going to win it by a country mile. 25.06 for him. It says 25 flat on the board, but it's 25.06 on the clock here for him. So really, really fast. That's the fastest swim so far. Landman finished second as well on 25.90 and Slubbert 25.91. So 3 boys under the 26-second mark there.
Another stellar lineup for the men's 50-meter butterfly heat 5, with Caden Naidu in lane 4 leading the times with 23.89. The men's 50-meter butterfly heat 5.
Caden Naidu, winner of a couple of events so far in this campaign. We're looking to add another one now, number 3, I believe it will be. Into the water they go. We watch as well for Esther Hayes in lane number 5, Mahan in lane number 6. Jason Mumford as well, butterfly specialist out of lane number 2. It's going through at 25 meters. It's actually Neil Berger that looks like he's just got the edge over Caden Naidu, but what can he do under the water now? Caden Naidu, really well known for his underwaters. He actually makes a difference under the water. He pops up in first. It's going to be between these two. Naidu get a chopper half stroke there into the wall, and looked like Naidu got it there, 23.78, and Neil Berger was second there, 23.98. Esther Hazen finished in third in a 24.68. So that brings an end to our butterfly for the evening. The 50-meter butterfly is done for the men and women, and the slowest swimmer in that field still well under 26 seconds. So it just goes to show how fast the swimming is here at the AquaPark Aquatic Centre in Pietermaritzburg, St. Charles College, for the South African Grand Prix. If you're just joining us now, Michael Duckham, the commentator for the evening. And yeah, really, really great swimming so far. We've just concluded with the butterfly events. If you missed it there, Caden Naidu just edging ahead of his rival there in 23.78. But nice to see Neil Berger as well jumping under that 24 second mark. Now interview with Caden.
I hope my hair looks nice.
Right, congratulations, Caden, winning the 50-meter butterfly in a time of 23.78. You're underwater there. Is what took you to the lead in the second lap? Is that what you train hard for?
Yeah, I try to work the 15 every day at training. Trying to get a bit faster. You know, got Chad to race.
Absolutely. And you've always got such a busy program. Can we expect some more excellent races from Caden over the weekend?
I'm hoping so. I got 50 free tomorrow, straight into 200 IM.
Well, we really appreciate you always supporting these events. It's a privilege to watch you, and good luck for your remaining races. Thank you, Caden. Round of applause for Caden.
So that brings an end now to the butterfly. Just once again to repeat the times from Caden Naidu and Neil Berger. It's so impressive to see two guys going under 24 seconds here at AquaPark.
Right, Michael, that's the end of the 50-meter events. We now move on to event 213, which are the 100-meter breaststroke events. Michael, a change in stroke, a change in strategy. We're looking forward to some 100-meter breaststroke. What can we look forward to here in terms of strategy, underwaters, and when to push?
Yeah, some really fast swimming coming up now. I'm excited to see the girls and guys. We've got some breaststroke specialists here for the men and women. So let's see, like you said, completely different race, different distance, and different strategies here. But they're all breaststrokers for a reason. So let's look forward to some really fast swimming.
Heat 1, women, 100-meter breaststroke.
So as mentioned, the event 213, heat number 1, the women's 100-meter breaststroke. There's just 5 swimmers in this opening field, and as I've said a couple times throughout the campaign, you never really know at heat number 1 where the winner's going to come from. Sometimes they enter with no times. So like I said, they're a really good start from lane number 2. And Annika Hellman from Kofsies, she's got away to a really nice early lead, so potentially a late entry here. And really strong, powerful breaststroke stroke. She hits the wall within 15 seconds. So she should have this one already in the bag. We can say early enough on lap number 2. It's a really strong, powerful stroke, cutting through the water. The legs closing as she kicks. And nice and high in the water, holding the streamline of the glide. She hits the wall at halfway in a time of 33.32. So if she can hold this, come back in around about 38 seconds or so, she could be looking at a potential 108 to 110. It should be a really, really rapid time for her, especially out of lane number 2 and heat number 1. Really just racing herself now. And onto the final lap she goes. Really in a race of her own. In second place now, lane number 4, Evelyn Brown. And lane number 6, Suanna White. Bringing up the rear as lane number 3. But the winner there, Annika Hellman, time of 111.6, so back in 38.32. So not a bad back end at all, considering how hard she took it out. A really nicely crafted swim, especially on her own. In heat number 1, she should be happy with that time.
Heat 2 of the women 100-meter breaststroke. If event 214, the men 100-meter breaststroke, can you all please report to the call room? Thank you.
So heat number 2 now of event 213. And we have lane 4 missing here. Paige Misa not swimming. So we watch for lane number 5 here. Jessica Janssen van Vuren, Ava Constantidis, and lane number 6. Morgan Marie, Mackenzie Raffle. Her brother as well had a really nice busy campaign. Off to an early lead there. A really good start was Janssen van Vuren in lane number 5, as well as lane number 3 there. Morgan Marie from Dragons, again up in Joburg. So this time potentially Maritzburg versus Joburg. But very, very even as they go through the first 25. As the other swimmers clear the pool. So because it's breaststroke and 100 meters, they're not necessarily sprinting from the start, so they have enough time to start the race with the other swimmers in the pool. But, we come through the halfway mark, and it's just ahead there, Janssen van Vuren. She completes lap 2, opening off with a time of 37.39. It's turning into a race between these two in lane number 3 and 5. Just a pity they're not next to each other, but they'll definitely know that the other one's there. Looks like just edging ahead now is Marie in lane number 3. But they'll see each other under the water, and I'm sure they give us a big push on the last lap.
Come on, AquaPark, let's support Jess in her home pool. Jessica van Vuren from AquaPark in lane 5. And lane 3, we've got Morgan Marek. It's all the way to the finish line. Jessica, Morgan. Great race, girls, excellent.
So PB's all around there for the first two especially. Morgan Marie out of lane number 3 taking it there just at the end from Jessica Janssen van Vuren. She came back in a 43.2 as opposed to the 41.9 from Marie. Both of them going 120, and Ava Constantindis came home in a 121.3. So another swimmer to watch here. In lane number 4, Chanel van Tonda, and Caitlin Doobie really had a busy campaign as well. And Harrop Allen, lane number 7, also made herself known at these galas. Nicole Ace out of Mandeville Dolphins, lane number 3. Really great reaction time there from Caitlin Doobie from Mandeville Dolphins, lane number 5. She should pop up first. She's popped up last, but in first place, I should say. As well as lane number 1, Mapulani. Lane number 2, I beg your pardon. Lane number 1, not swimming, Alex Truter. He's had a really, really great start there from Beavers as well. So teammates with the recent winner there, Kaden Naidoo in the 50-meter butterfly. So right now it's Van Niekerk in lane number 6 and Truter in lane number 2 controlling the race. So Van Tonda starting to move slowly through the field. She touches in about 3rd or 4th there, right with Nicole Ace at the halfway mark. Pulling even further clear now, it looks like still Alex Truter turned in a 35.83. So she could be looking at around about a 113 or 14 here.
Chanel Fantona from AquaPark in her home pool, starting to make a move. In lane 4, we're into the final stretch. AquaPark, let's support your swimmer.
Really, really fast charge coming now from lane number 6. Van Niekerk, she may have just stolen the lead now with 5 meters to go. Van Tonda moving through nicely as well. The last 3 or so meters, and it's going to go the way of Van Niekerk. Truter will take 2nd and Van Tonda 3rd. A 116.6 there for the winner, Van Niekerk. Alex Truter finished in 2nd, Van Tonda 3rd, 117s apiece.
Excellent racing, girls. And now onto the final heat of the women 100-meter breaststroke, with lane 4, Chanel Felsburn from Tuck Swimming leading the times with 1:08.49.
So Tucks and Penguins really well represented here. They make up 6 of the 8 girls in this field. We watch for the 2 Tucks girls on lane number 3 and 4. Jordan Collett just out the water from the 50-meter butterfly, straight back in the 100-meter breaststroke. As well for the breaststroke specialist, lane number 4, Chanel Feltzman. And, off to a nice controlled start there is Feltzman in lane number 4. She'll go through first at 25 with Aria Duvall, Cardinals in lane number 2 as well, off to a nice fast start. But it's the two Tux girls in the middle of the pool here, McLaughlin and Feltzman. They're going to go through halfway, actually neck and neck, nothing in it there between the two Tux girls. But I suspect now they'll pick it up even more. Looks like already Feltzman is starting to up the tempo. As well, going still very nicely in lane number 2 is Aria Duvall from Cardinals. And moving through nicely in lane number 7 and 8 is Bocking and Cole Edwards. Emma Cole Edwards being the anchor leg on that relay this morning, so had a busy day as well. She's moving through nicely, but at the middle of the pool now, Feltzman versus McLaughlin. It's going to go the way of Feltzman, 109.19 and a 109.39 there for McLaughlin. So a really, really nice fast swim from these girls. Coming home third there was Duvall, lane number 3, back in 39 seconds. So we'll take Chanel Feltzman now for an interview, if she would be so kind. Nice to hear from the winner now as we await the men in the 100-meter breaststroke.
Congratulations, Chanel, on your 100-meter breaststroke final. How did that feel for you?
Oh, it was a tough race. I have my teammate next to me, so she pushed me really well. But yeah, it was a good race.
Excellent. It was a wonderful race to watch as well. You've had a busy program, so you must be pretty tired too.
Yeah, no, I can definitely feel it tonight, but tried my best.
And what can we look forward to? Any more racing before the end of the weekend?
I'm done for today. We'll see if I have a relay tomorrow, but I'm finished for today, yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you, Chanel. Congratulations, Chanel Feltzman.
So we move now to event 214, the first heat of the men's 100-meter breaststroke. And a lot of diversity here. Some 13-year-old Jason Smith in lane number 3.
Sorry. Can event 215, women 200 backstroke start reporting. We now enter into the men's 100-meter breaststroke. Heat 1.
So a few more 12-year-olds in this race here. Jackson Wheeler and Brody Wilkins in lane number 6 and lane number 2. Matthew Sandyland's the fastest seed here in a 119.9. It'll be nice to see if he can stay under that 120 mark. Really, really fast reaction time there from Chris Boyson, lane number 5. Also 15 years older, the entry time at 120, so it should be really, really close between him and Sandylands, lane number 4. Jason Smith as well, 13 years old, going really nicely on the first lap here. But lane 5 and 4 with the early lead. Likewise to lane number 1, Van der Walt. Christian Van der Walt in lane number 1 might actually be leading this race. See as they come through halfway who's in the lead. Really even between these two. It looks like just at by a few split seconds at the halfway mark was Boyson in front, but nothing in it. Sanderlands now picking up his pace a bit, likewise to Jason Smith. But lane number 1 and lane number 5 really controlling the pace here. And there's still nothing in it there. It actually looked like potentially Van der Walt could have just taken away the lead as they went into the final turn. Staying under much longer, though, up to 10 meters was Boyson. And that really, really, really tight here. Anyone's call who this is going to go to. It looks like just to Boyson in the end. And it was Boyson there in a 1:14.07, so well under the 120 mark from both of those guys. Nice to see Sanderlands as well, on a 118 flat. And in fourth place coming home there, Jason Smith, 123.45.
Event 215, women 200-meter backstroke. Both heats, please report. Moving on to heat 2 of the 100-meter breaststroke men's.
So, heat number 2 now. You look to Caden Clancy in 4 and a seat time of 1:11. So we're already dropping quite a few seconds now on the second heat. We'll see how close these boys can get to the 1:10 mark. Some more familiar names here. Evan Huang, mentioned him a few times. Swimming for Aqua Athlete out of lane number 1. Clean starts across the board, a little bit shallow there from lane number 3, much deeper from lane number 2, and you can see by how much later he breaks out. That's Jared van Niekerk there from Mandeville Dolphins. Also a great start there from Bandile Mahaye in lane number 5. And as we come now, closing out the first half of this race, it is still Bandile Mahaye in front. Also lane number 3 there. Volks also had quite a busy campaign. And still going really nicely from lane number 2. The fast starting Jared van Niekerk. Moving through nicely as well. Lane number 4 now is Caden Clancy. Not in lane number 4 for no reason. It's really a race between these 4 as they pretty much touch evenly at the 75-meter mark. And, this is really now just like a 25-meter breaststroke race. Bandile Mahaye, the crowd getting behind these boys, trying to see who's going to take this one. It's a race for second place now. Coming through nicely is lane number 4, but Mahaye takes it. Clancy was second. Van Niekerk, the fast starting, finishes in third. 109.020 from Mahaye, and 2 110s there, 3 110s there from Clancy, Van Niekerk, and Volks.
Well done, Bandile. Some wonderful support from your team and the crowd there. Let's keep supporting our swimmers. Moving on to heat 3 of 4.
So heat number 3 now. Swimmer missing in lane number 2. There's Dylan Govender. Also missed the 50 butterfly, so suspect he's not swimming at all tonight. And silence at the start. You could hear a pin drop in the room. But they enter the water now, do heat number 3. And we watch for Luca Cocci, fastest seed here from Dragons, brother of Gio Cocci, the 14-year-old sensation. Swam a 152.9, the 200-meter freestyler, just 14 years old. So really one to watch in the future. Likewise to his brother, Luca. But Samuel Gilson having a really nice fast start here. Likewise to Josh Erasmus. They go through in the lead at the halfway mark. Nice underwater there from Daniel Morel from Cardinals. So yeah, once again a race between the top 4 lanes here. Just on the end there in lane number 7 as well, going nicely is Sabi Skuman, another familiar name throughout this gala. And leading still with 25 to go was Gilson, although under the water there, Josh Erasmus had a great turn of speed off the wall. So he's pulled nearly level with him, but it's going to go the way of Gilson now in a fast time of 108.54. Second place there went to Skuman in the time of 109.3, and Morel ended up third from lane number 3 in 110.3.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a blockbuster event, heat 4 of the men 100-meter breaststroke. Sean Thomas leading the way with 101. Heat 4, men's 100-meter breaststroke.
So Sean Thomas here in lane number 4. Tom Truter in lane number 5. Tom Truter just still recovering from a hip injury he sustained, had to have surgery. Couldn't swim for about 6 months. Couldn't kick a breaststroke stroke, so the fact that he's swimming now with the likes of Sean Thomas should be a really great race. I suspect though Sean Thomas that is, should take it out really hard and just hold it. Final heat in the water now, event 214. Manu Kukumu as well back in the water after his 50-meter butterfly win, heat win at least. Important to note here in the breaststroke, the swimmers, as far as I know, are allowed to go past 15 meters off the dive, at least in the breaststroke. Highly doubtful they'll go past 15 off the walls, but off the dive. And as suspected, out in front, it is Sean Thomas, turned first at the 25. Tom Truter is going really nicely as well in lane number 5. And lane number 3, Jaden Campi from Tux. Her teammates with Sean Thomas also having a nice start to this race. Tom Truter now moving clearly into second. Is he going to try and close down on Sean Thomas here? Sean Thomas turning at 29.2 and Tom Truter turning on a 30.06, so right up there with him at the halfway mark. As we now move to the last 25 meters, Tom Truter had a great underwater there. Likewise to Riley Hempel, not his first time in the water tonight, but Sean Thomas just streaking away now in the last 5 meters. A really beautiful stroke, and he's going to go ahead and win this in a time of 101.65. Tom Truter came home in 33.22 for 103.28, and third place went to Riley Hempel, also in a 103.9. So nice to see 3 guys going under 104, but a really, really rapid time here from Sean Thomas, 101.65.
Congratulations, Sean. Amazing swim. Winner of the 100-meter breaststroke men's. You happy with your swim?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that time. Pretty close to my PB. It's this time of season. I'm really happy. It's good.
Absolutely. 101.65. Have you ever swum in AquaPark before?
No, it's my first time. It's really cool to be in a world-class facility like this in SA. I think it's really good for all our swimmers to get this kind of exposure, so I'm really enjoying it.
It's amazing for us and our juniors to see you swimming as well. Can we expect you back in Pietermaritzburg anytime soon?
Yeah, SA short course is a big one, coming up just over a month. So get back to training and then back in Pietermaritzburg to race. So yeah, super excited.
Amazing. And any more events coming up before the end of the weekend?
Yeah, tomorrow is a bit of a chilled one. Oh, not really, but I got 2 IM and 53, but not my main event, so just have fun.
Well, thank you for being at AquaPark this weekend, and good luck for your remaining races. Sean Thomas, everyone, congratulations.
So we move now onto the women's 200-meter backstroke.
Event 216, men 200-meter backstroke. If you haven't reported, please do so. We have 2 women 200-meter backstroke heats, and then that will be followed by the men 200-meter backstroke. So up next, Michael, the women 200-meter backstroke. This is obviously a specialist event for you. If you were a coach, what would you be looking for in your swimmer as they swim the 200-meter backstroke?
It's a really, really good question, Murray. I'd be looking for guts, to be honest. I'd be looking for them to swim hard. There's no way you can really strategize this race that doesn't end up with it hurting. So I would say embrace the pain, swim your heart out, especially the last 3 laps. And I'm sure their coaches have all told them their strategies. So let's look forward to some really good racing.
Right, good luck, ladies. Heat 1 of the women 200-meter backstroke.
We're moving now to event 215, heat 1 of the women's 200-meter backstroke. Not an easy race this, and interesting to see some really young girls here. Just 12 years old in lane number 1 here. Gigi Stain had a few of her really hard races, and swimming for AquaPark. Just 12 years old, entry time of 3:05. So let's see if she can break 3 minutes here. But some more familiar names here. Ruth Namura, 13 years old, lane number 7. And Isabella September, Carla Short, Kate Cheshire as well, lane number 5. So it should be a good race here. Ages ranging from 12 to 15 years old. Such a difficult race this, no matter what age you are. So really, really brave of these girls and guys to enter this race. Former backstroker myself, so I know a thing or two about the pain, and I know that there's not much you can do about the pain towards the back end of this race. Just got to be about kicking your legs even when you feel like they can't. And just holding on for dear life at the end. But maybe that's just me. Maybe these guys train harder than I did. Maybe they're going to swim faster. Let's hope so. Now we just await for the officials to fix the lane. Looks like lane number 8 there with a problem.
So Michael, why the 200 back? Why was that your elite event? Not a 50 back or a 50 free? Why did you choose the 200 backstroke?
Well, if I could have chosen, I wouldn't have chosen 200 back, but it just happened to be the stroke I was best at, the stroke I felt most comfortable doing. The 200 meters was my distance, 200 freestyle, 200 backstroke. But believe me, Murray, I would have given anything to be a 50 swimmer. So if you're just joining us now, welcome to the live stream. I'm Michael Duckham, your commentator for this evening here at the AquaPark Aquatic Centre in Pietermaritzburg at St. Charles College for the 3rd session of the South African Grand Prix. We've had a really, really great couple of days of swimming already. We move now to one of the most difficult events of the entire campaign. There's now the first heat of the women's 200 meter backstroke is in the water. Silence for the start. And off they go into the water. And popping up nicely there in lane number 4. Isabella September had quite a busy program herself. Just 15 years old. And we'll go through first at the 25 meter mark. Mandeville Dolphins being represented here by Kate Cheshire, another one with a really busy program. Swimming nicely as well in lane number 7, Ruth Namura. Also a name I've mentioned quite a few times. She's had sort of a breakthrough gala here. And at the 50 it is still September and Cheshire. Carla Short having a bit more of a slower start to this race. But quite a few back-end specialists throughout these races, so she's definitely still within striking distance. Been waxing lyrical about all these back-end specialists throughout this campaign. Just when you think they're not going to come back, they come back. It happened a few times. We looked to as well Emma Cole-Edwards in the relay this morning, coming back in 28.51 and just missing out on the silver medal by 1/100th of a second, representing AquaPark. So really, really good swimming, really good back ends from a lot of these girls and guys. And at the halfway mark now, Cheshire has taken over at the lead. That last 50 there, a 39.6 as opposed to a 40.6 from September. So she pulled a good second on her there.
Georgie staying in lane 1, AquaPark. Let's give her some support. Just 12 years old, putting herself out there for the 200 back. Let's go, Georgie.
And now the Mandeville Dolphins swimmer in lane number 5, Kate Cheshire, is starting to pull even further ahead of Isabella September. She's going to go through now the 150 mark, so just a 50 backstroke left to swim. She takes one last big breath before she goes into her second to last turn, penultimate turn. Such an important role these turns hold. Sort of look at it like a medicine ball being thrown against a wall. The harder you throw it, the faster it comes back at you. So the harder you hit that wall, equal and opposite forces, the faster you'll hit the wall and come off. And starts, turns and finishes can really win and lose you races. Clearly ahead now by about 2 body lengths is Kate Cheshire. She should go on and win this race. September in a comfortable second here. Ruth Namura as well, still there or thereabouts, out in lane number 7, way out there. Probably has no idea where she is in the race, but having a great race is Namura. But it looks like the winner there, Cheshire, then September, and coming home in 3rd place was Wheeler, also representing Mandeville Dolphins. The winning time there, 2:41 from it's 2:37, I beg your pardon, and 2:41 from September. And 3rd place there was Wheeler in 2:44.
Let's bring Georgie home. Congratulations, young girl. Well done. 200-meter backstroke. Heat 1. Moving on to our final heat of the women 200-meter backstroke.
So just the second and final heat now of the women's 200-meter backstroke. A full heat, which is always nice to see. Chloe Olafia, the 17-year-old, swimming for Cardinals in lane number 4 with a seed time of 2:16. So about 10 seconds or so seated ahead of everyone else. So she should be in a race of her own. But we'll see what kind of a challenge the other girls can pose. She has the best start. Out in lane number 4, then Chloe Olafia. Ava Bosch from Dragon, right next to her in lane number 5, had quite a good start as well. She'll go through second along with Talia Smith. Really, really nice tempo, high shoulders. Could put a teacup full of tea on her forehead and it wouldn't spill. That's what you want in a backstroke swimmer. And really controlled, really composed, swimming so beautifully. Out in front is Chloe Olafia. And she goes through 75 meters in the lead still. Really a tight race for second place here between lanes 3, 5 and 6. It's lane number 6 held by Victoria Myberg, Ava Bosch in lane number 5, and Talia Smith in lane number 3. But at the halfway mark, way out in front, as we expected, is Chloe Olafia. But actually keeping her just about close enough, 2 boiler lengths or so behind, was Talia Smith. If you can't find someone, I'll do it. But just go ask them. So as we now move into the last 75 meters of this race, picking up the tempo, which I didn't even think was possible for Chloe Olafia, but she is. Shoulders coming way out the water. Chin dead still, forehead dead still. And they're really composed, bringing in the legs now. She'll be in a whole world of pain because she swam nice and hard from the start. Has not moved an inch to the left or right throughout the entire race. It just shows the strokes are even. She's really, really swimming well within herself. And turning second there, lane number 3, was Talia Smith. But as we come now to the last 10 meters, swimming so well, so composed, as I've said, will come well out in front of everyone else. And the winning time there, 2:17.51 from Chloe Olafia. Beautiful example there of how to swim a 200-meter backstroke. Led from the start, just trusted herself, trusted her ability, trusted her back end legs, and really, really swam nicely there. Talia Smith did come home in second place in 2:21, and Victoria Myberg, Cardinals, took third there out of lane number 6. The last 50, the fastest last 50 of the field there in 34.42 for a 2:22.1.
Congratulations, Chloe, on your victory in the 200-meter backstroke. Are you happy with your time?
I'm very happy with my time. There's some things I can improve on, but overall really happy.
You looked so smooth, calm. You looked like you had everything under control. You showed exactly how a 200-meter backstroke should be swum.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I felt really in control that race. It was really good.
It was an absolute privilege to watch you. Can we expect some more good races from Chloe this weekend?
Definitely tomorrow I'm going to try push the 100 back. But yeah, I think that's it for the weekend.
Lovely. We look forward to seeing you in the 100 back tomorrow. Have a good evening. Well done, Chloe, everyone.
So we move now to event 216, the men's 200-meter backstroke.
Event 216, men 200-meter backstroke, heat 1 and heat 2. Please can the woman 400-meter freestyle please start reporting. Please can the woman 400-meter freestyle please report. Men 200-meter backstroke, heat 1.
So just 2 heats now on the men's 200-meter backstroke. Likewise with the women. We've got a 12-year-old out in lane number 8, Vian Slubber. Not afraid to race the big races. Is Vian representing AquaPark. Youngest person in the field. Likewise to Callum Harder in lane number 2, also just 12 years old. Although he doesn't look it. Some of these guys, I don't know what they're putting in the chlorine down in Cape Town. But yeah, should be a nice display here of some backstroke swimming. The fastest seed time in this is Michael Sora in a 2:17. So well out in front. The next fastest is a 2:23. So it could be in a race of his own again, which is very important to learn how to do. Off they go now. A little bit of a twitch there from Sora on the block. Out into a nice controlled stroke in the lead. He'll really be looking to just have some easy speed, definitely the first 50 and build up into 125 and then bring it home nicely in the last 75. So some nice swims coming in as well. A nice start to the race for lane number 5, Jaden Delport. Likewise to lane number 3, Harm Bient had quite a busy campaign himself. Been saying his name quite a lot the last 24 hours or so. But still out in front, looking very, very comfortable and composed. There's Michael Sora. Just the placement of his hands into the water is just so calm and controlled, so smooth, and that'll be saving him a lot of time, a lot of energy. He turns at the halfway mark, no underwaters here, which indicates he might be getting a bit tired. But a little bit more underwaters here from Jaden Delport, lane number 5. But still had the fastest 50 split there, did Michael Sora on that second 50, 33.7. We move now to the business end of this 200. Looks like he's in cruise control. I assure you he's not. He really is working hard. And we come now to the last 50 meters. It's still the same 3 as you were out front. Michael Sora in first, Jaden Delport second, Harm Biens in third. Really, really even splits there between Biens and Delport there. Both 36.4s on that last 50. So it'll be a nice close race between them. As I can see in the background, some of the 400 swimmers warming up. So don't go anywhere, guys. We've got some really, really exciting races coming up. You don't want to miss out. They're winning this first heat. Here's Michael Sora. Came home in a 34.1 for a nice 2:12.9. So a really composed, calm swim to a nice, decent time here to start off the men's 200-meter backstroke. Entry time there of a 2:17. So he's dropped nearly 5 seconds in that one race. After quite a busy campaign, he'll be really, really happy with that, especially the way he swam that. And we now move to the second heat, the final heat now on the men's 200-meter backstroke.
Final heat of the men 200-meter backstroke. Jonathan Scheffer, lane 4, with the fastest seed time of 2:03.74. Heat 2 of the men 200-meter backstroke.
So should see some faster swimming here. Fastest seed time 2:03.7 from 20-year-old Jonathan Scheffer, swimming from Tux, swimming out of lane number 4. But much closer seedings here. A 2:05 seed from lane number 5 and a 2:07 seed from lane number 3. So hopefully they can make a nice race to that. I suspect the 3 of them should break away at the front and be a 3-horse race for the lead. Textbook start there from lane number 4. Jonathan Scheffer. He'll throw the kitchen sink at this race now. A really great turn there. And a really textbook stroke from him as well. Head back and really high, hips coming out the water. His whole stomach and belly button out the water as he swims. So that's about as high as you can get when you're swimming backstroke. It's showing now. Going nicely as well in lane number 4. In lane number 6, I beg your pardon. There's Troy Vessels from Tux, just 16 years old with an entry time of 2:12. But he'll be pacing himself off of these guys that are entered under 2:05, 2:03, 2:07. So they could drag him to a really nice time here if he can just stay with them. There's a clear breakaway of 4 swimmers at the front now, thanks to Troy Vessels out in lane number 6. But at the halfway mark, turning first, it will be Jonathan Scheffer in a 59.2, 59.8 there from Slabbert as well in lane number 5. And minutes apiece for Van der Linden and Vessels in lane 3 and 6. We move now, the last 75 meters, still out in front is Scheffer, but really nice swims coming in now. Looking a bit further back, we've got Joshua Sheldon on Tux as well, looking at about 5th place. Matthew Marilia from Seals in lane number 7, swimming nicely as well. But the race really is between these 4 at the front. Dare I say now, Jonathan Scheffer may have this one covered off. Turned at 1:30 there at the 1:50 mark. So if he can come back in about 32, 33 seconds, he'll be looking at about a 2:02, 2:03 here. Really nice surge. A great underwater there off the last wall by Matthew Slubbert. Is he trying to make a late attack here for the win? Been waxing lyrical about these back-end specialists. He certainly is one of them. Holding on for the win though will be Jonathan Scheffer. Came back in a 31.76 for a 2:02.38, a very fast time. 2:03.7, likewise a 31.7 on the last 50 for Matthew Slubbert. And 3rd place there, Van der Linden coming home in 33 for a 2:07, and a great time, a 2:07.9 for Troy Vessels. Troy Vessels there dropping a lot of time, nearly 5 seconds as well, just being pulled by the guys next to him. So that concludes our backstroke events. We'll now wait to hear from the winner, Jonathan Scheffer. A really great swim and a really impressive backhand swim there from Matthew Slubbert. A great last underwater.
Can Matthew Slabbert join me here as well, please? Matthew Slabbert, can you join me too, please? Matthew Slabbert, please come join me.
No, we did together.
Matthew Slabbert, if you're out the pool, please come join me. Oh, he looks very tired. Is Matthew Slabbert there? No, is he coming? Okay. All right, Jonathan, an amazing 200-meter race there. Congratulations and a phenomenal time. A PB, you've got to be happy with that swim.
Yeah, I'll take it. We thought about a race plan with my coaches in LA right now for Pan Packs. Idea was not to go out too hard and come back with everything, so yeah, I'm happy with it.
Your underwaters looked very impressive. It just kept you in the lead the whole time. You practice those hard in training?
Yeah, I mean, try and push it where I can, but it always gets difficult towards the end.
Absolutely. And you're swimming the 100 back?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow. And anything else for the remainder of this weekend?
No, just that.
And then can we expect you back at SA Short Course?
Of course, ready for that.
100. We got Matthew with us. John, just before you go, you were pushed all the way by Matthew, weren't you? He kept you going the whole time, that allowed you to do his PB. Congratulations. Matthew, a PB for you too. Happy with your swim?
Yeah, it was a very good swim. I PB'd, so it's all I could ask for.
Absolutely, and you kept pushing the whole way. You never gave up, and just like Jono, your underwaters were very, very impressive. You kept going right to the end.
Yeah, it was a tough race. On the back end, I was just trying to hold the pace.
Okay. And you're going to race them in the 100 back tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Good. We look forward to it. Michael?
Wait, I just want to ask one question here from Matthew Slubbert. Something really impressive he did there. The last turn was you were about 10 meters underwater there, held your breath. Tell me, what do you do for training to allow yourself the cardiovascular ability to do something like that?
Yeah, I just try to work on my underwaters in training. Try and push that 15-meter mark. So, try to do the best I could.
Yeah, not an easy thing to do. Well done, Matthew.
Thank you very much.
Right, Michael, that was your specialist event, the 200-meter backstroke. We now move on to the 400-meter freestyle events, both the women and the men's. We have 3 heats of the women 400 and 3 heats of the men 400-meter freestyle. Michael, 400-meter freestyle, just in terms of strategy and how they approach the race, is it left up to the coaches and the individual swimmer? Do you go hard? Do you build up your pace? Is it all about the rhythm and the cadence, building up your speed and then finishing strong? Is that entirely up to the coaches and the swimmer?
Yeah, definitely a race you build into. You probably break it up into 250, 150, so 10 laps, and then we'll look to the last 6 laps to see what these girls and guys can cook up.
Right, heat 1, women 400-meter freestyle.
Event 217 here, 217, heat number 1, the women's 400-meter freestyle. Just 4 swimmers in this heat. And a nice start here from lane number 3, but quite even. And number 6 and 3 just in front a little bit, but not by much. Very early now, very, very early stages of this race. And also coming through nicely here, lane number 4, Mandeville Dolphins swimmer Wheeler. At the first 50, it's going to be the tuck swimmer Ivana Vinica. So had quite a busy program herself throughout this campaign. 400-meter freestyle, really a thinking race. You've got to know when to go. Always feels like the first 2 laps, like you can push, and that you'll have that energy forever. Important to remember that you won't, and really work out your own strategy. That's a conversation for the swimmer and the coach. They'll work that out in training. They'll work that out pre-race, in the pre-race talk. And a very different race to swim short course versus long course. You get a break off the walls, so often you'll see 400-meter freestyle short course being up to 5, 6, 7 seconds faster than they would be should they be swimming long course. So we'll look for some really, really fast times now from these girls and guys. A lot of these times will also be converted times. A faster seed here, Wheeler in lane number 4, 14-year-old from Mandeville Dolphins in a 5:24.06. We look to see if that's converted time or not. Can she translate that? Can she carry that through to an actual short course swim? But, we move now, coming up to the 150 mark, so nearly halfway, and still out front comfortably is Vinica. But 39's a piece here from Wheeler and Vinica on that last 50. Sort of a race developing for third here between lane 3 and lane number 5. That is Sarah Schofield. Really, really busy program and night for Schofield. I believe it's her third time in the water tonight. So Schofield and Shanga in lane number 5 representing Ushaka. Just moved into third place now. The Aqua Athlete swimmer in lane number 3. But the leaders have just gone through halfway. And the fast 2:32 was Wheeler. And still it's Ivana Vinica. As now we come up to what I like to call the business end of this 400. The last 150 meters, the last 6 laps, they're going to want to build into each 50. So what I mean when I say that is each 50 from here on out would be ideal if they were each faster than the last one. So if you were 32, the next one must be 31, the last one aiming to be about a 30, just an example. So let's see what they can do. Schofield now really moving up a little bit closer to Shanga in lane number 5. But it's Vinica out front with Wheeler holding a strong second place. Another one of these races where essentially you're swimming on your own. Everyone's sort of in their own race here. But they would have definitely felt the pain by this point. And now just trying to make it through. The last 100 meters now turning into it is Ivana Vinica. So 38.76 there on that last 50. She comes now to the last 100 meters, coming up to the last 75 now. They're bringing in the legs. Still a race for third place in this heat between the Aqua Athletes, Sarah Schofield and Apalele Shanga in lanes 3 and 5. Swimming a bit of a lonely race in second place now is Maker Wheeler. Also not her first time in the water tonight. And the bell goes for the last 50. She starts to pick it up now. Does the tuck swimmer out in lane number 6. Pulling ever so slightly further ahead now of Wheeler in lane number 4. So a clear difference there in her pace over the last few 50s. The bell's now going for Schofield and Shanga in lane 3 and 5. Shanga now just being closed in a bit there by Schofield. But no doubt about the winner of heat number 1 here was Ivana Vinica in a time of 5:03. So entry time was no time, so a nice swim for her, 5:03 there. Second place was Wheeler in a time of 5:13. Had an entry time of 5:24. So really, really big time drop there, about 9 seconds nearly in her 400 meter freestyle. She'll be really, really happy with that. Schofield came home for third in the end, out of lane number 3. In a time of 5:25.83, and fourth place was Shanga, 5:26.87. Move now to heat number 2, the women's 400 meter freestyle. So the 12-year-old Nalisa Ojwatch in lane number 7 here, entry time of 5:17. We'll be watching to see how much faster she can go. Just 12 years old, swimming a 400 meter freestyle against some really big girls. Hannah Sandilands, 18 years old, Mandeville Dolphins in lane number 5. Jasmine Woodburn, lane number 5 as well, just 13 years old. Teammates swimming next to each other here. Also Kate Cheshire back in the water for what I believe is the second or third time tonight as well. So really, really busy programs. Not an easy double. You got 100 meter breaststroke, 400 meter freestyle. Off to an early lead now is the Aqua Athlete in lane number 3, Madison Elliott. Had a nice start there as well, down in lane number 1, at Lisa Detroit from AquaPark at her home pool. Kate Cheshire as well, going really nicely. Likewise to Hannah Sandilands, the 18-year-old out of lane number 5. Turning first at the 75 meter mark, still in front is Madison Elliott, Aqua Athlete. Just controlling the pace now. Steady 2-beat kick from all the girls. And I suspect now Jasmine Woodburn just taking it easy. Is she a backhand specialist as well? Just sitting back in about 4th place now. Still very, very early stages of this 400 meter freestyle. Closing up ever so slightly on the race leader, Elliot. Here's Sandilands now. As we enter now lap 6, halfway down this lap. They're breathing towards each other. They can see each other. And neither of these girls want to lose to each other. It is only heat 2. It's not a national final, but that means nothing to these girls. They want to win no matter what gala they're swimming in. In fact, there was a tie there at the 150 mark, a 146.63 apiece from Elliot and Sandilands. So literally nothing in it as we head towards the halfway mark here. Just taking the lead ever so slightly now has Sandilands, moving through nicely. As now we do come up to halfway. It'll be just over about a 2:22. There it is, 2:23.41 and 2:24.41 for Madison Elliott. And moving through. Now, it's still a very comfortable 3rd place, which we haven't mentioned too much of, is Kate Cheshire. Not her 1st or 2nd time in the pool tonight. And a really, really strong swim from her. Just 13 years old. Swimming for Mandeville Dolphins. And pulling clear now of about a body length ahead of the Aqua athlete. Madison Elliott is Hannah Sandilands. As the AquaPark coach watches on. 2 swimmers in this final. Kaylin Klaus in lane number 6 and Lisa DeToy in lane number 1. If you're just joining us, guys, welcome to the AquaPark Aquatic Centre here in Pietermaritzburg, hosted by St. Charles College at the AquaPark Pool for the South African Grand Prix. I'm your commentator, Michael Duckham, and we've had a really, really great couple days of swimming. Had a really, really great evening of swimming now. Some really, really fast 50 butterflies, some really, really fast 100-meter breaststrokes as well, and some 200-meter backstroke that was swum with guts. And now we're on to the 400-meter freestyles. It's been a race, really, this one between lane 5 and lane number 3. Hannah Sandilands and Madison Elliott. As we now move to the last 50 meters, as we see the boss on screen now, Theo Verster, AquaPark CEO, and busy at work as always. Now we move to the last 50, the bells start ringing, and it's a dead race now between the two that have essentially controlled this race from the start. Hannah Sandilands and Madison Elliott. The bells ring now, and the 6-speed kicks start coming in. It's just too far out in front of these two, Sandilands and Elliott. It's going to go the way of Sandilands, the 18-year-old from Mandeville Dolphins and Joburg, touches first. 450.42 and a 451 for Madison Elliott. The last 50 are 34.7 there from Elliott, so far the fastest home. It's a really, really great start to the 400-meter freestyles on these girls. Just one more heat left.
Finish from Kaylin Close in lane 6. A huge PB there, Kaylin. Congratulations. Well done. Right, final heat of the women's 400-meter freestyle.
So another full heat here. The women's 400-meter freestyle final heat. Fastest seed here, Mackenzie Raffle, just 13 years old. Time of 4:39.3. Could be a converted time. Let's see what she can do. She's up first in swimming. Really, really fast tempo this girl has. I saw it in the 200-meter freestyle as well. She tends to be able to hold it over a 200-meter swim. So let's see if she can hold it over the 400-meter as well. We come through the first 50 here. Mackenzie Raffle.
We apologize for the timing clock. Our team are working on it, and we'll get it back up and running as soon as possible.
At really, really fast tempo, Mackenzie Raffle still out front. Closely followed by Paige Misa. Also had quite a busy schedule here. Cardinal swimmers lane 2, 3, and 4, and Jones, Misa, and Raffle. Another one down in lane number 8, Mia Pino. Seagulls being represented here by Oyama Bakwa. Having a nice strong swim as well from lane number 1. Turning into a 2-horse race here between Raffle and Misa, the 2 teammates from Cardinals. Still that aggressive, high-tempo stroke from Mackenzie Raffle, keeping her in the lead as we now move on to the 150 mark. Coming up to halfway now, and just 150 left till halfway. These girls will now be starting to settle into their tempos, settle into their routines and their race prep. A really, really controlled stroke there at lane number 5 for Indigo Woodburn, Mandeville Dolphins. Swimmer. A really strong swim coming out of lane number 1 here from Bakwa. Seagulls, coached by Connor McLeod. Is the son of my former coach, Debbie McLeod. And really, really strong swimming here. So way out as well, lane number 8. Other Cardinals swimmer, Mia Pino, has had a really, really nice 450 there. And they go through halfway. She's moved up into 4th place, a 37.2 there on that last 50. But still out front, very comfortable. Starting to pull away now, if anything, is Mackenzie Raffle, the Cardinals swimmer. Coach telling her to kick even more. There's still a 2-beat kick, so quite arm-dominated has been the first half of this race for her. So hopefully that means she's just saved some reserves in her legs as she now starts to pick up her tempo in the legs. Such a smooth swim, such a smooth swimmer, smooth swim being displayed here by lane number 5, Indigo Woodburn. Turned on a 36 there, so faster than a lot of the girls around her. Is she going to just, has she been saving up? Is she going to up the tempo now? She looks to be closing in on the ever-tiring Paige Misa. As we go into the last 100 meters now. But way out in front of Mackenzie Raffle. I remind you, the entry time here of 4:39.32. She turned there on a 3:28 with a 50. That 50 time there, 35. So she can do 2 35s in a row here. She might just be able to scrape under that 4:39 mark. As we go into the last 75 meters now. She'll be drawing motivation from the fact that she's way out front. As moving into 2nd place there goes Indigo Woodburn. Just taking over 2nd place there from Paige Misa, who's in a very, very comfortable 3rd place though. Bit of a late charge as well coming in from Amy Lee Jones in lane number 2. You can see the feet of her Seagulls rival Bakwa. So it looks like this race is all over and done with. Mackenzie Raffle had a bit of a challenge early on from lane number 3, Paige Misa, but she was having none of that. She comes home now, the last 6 or so meters, and puts her head down, Chad the close style, 6-speed kick into the wall, and a 4:37 and back in 33.92. So about a 2-second PB there from Mackenzie Raffle, just 13 years old. Woodburn did take 2nd there, also back in 33 for an overall time of 4:42. And 3rd was taken by Misa in 4:47. Pienaar took 4th, 4:50, and Bakwa from Seagulls in a 4:53.
Mackenzie, come join us. Come join us, Mackenzie. Hi. Congratulations. That was one of the most impressive swims I've seen this weekend.
Thank you.
13 years of age?
Yeah,
I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of you in the future.
I hope so.
You looked incredibly strong in the water. That was a really impressive race. Any races coming up tomorrow?
Yes, I have 50 freestyle.
Amazing. And is the 400 your signature event?
Yes, I really enjoy it.
I can definitely see that. Congratulations, Mackenzie. An amazing swim and a PB. 4:37.76. Congratulations, Mackenzie.
Now we move on to the next event, which will be event 218, the men's 400 meter freestyle now. We should see some really, really fast swimming coming up. And Jonathan Else, the fastest seed in heat number 3 with an entry time of 4:02. So could we potentially see some sub 4 minute swims here?
Right, moving on to event 218, the men's 400 meter freestyle. And we have 3 heats. Can our women 4x100 freestyle relay and the men 4x100 freestyle relay please get ready? You'll be swimming after the men 400 freestyle. Heat 1 of the men 400 meter freestyle.
So 3 heats as well in the men's 400 meter freestyle. We've got Gianluca Del Grosso swimming out of lane 4 here, the fastest entry time in this heat, the 4:44. A good 12 or so seconds ahead of everyone else, so could be in a race of his own. As the race starts now, he's definitely had the best of starts. The Del Grosso sister is swimming as well at this campaign. It goes through first at 25. Taking it out quite hard as well, the Mandeville Dolphin swimmer, lane number 5, Isaiah Smith, not his first time in the water tonight either. Jackson Wheeler back in the water as well, just 12 years old, an entry time of 5:51, way out in lane number 7. Next to another 12-year-old there, Brody Wilkins. And once again another one, in lane number 2, the Seagull swimmer, Caden Sneyman. So really, really nice to see some youngsters dipping their toes, excuse the pun, in the water of this 400 meter freestyle. Such a hard race to do at such a young age as well. Going through at 100 meters though, way out in front, turning on a 1:03.5 was Del Grosso. Smith will go in second there, 1:08.0. The Aqua Athlete swimmer, and then number 3, Mujati as well. Going quite nicely for a comfortable third right now. Sort of as you were, as they were seated. Lanes 4, 5, and 3 here. Making their mark. As Del Grosso will come through the 150 with an even bigger lead there, a 34.6 on that 50, turning on a 1:38. We move up now to the 200 meter mark. Del Grosso still way out in front now, about half the length of the pool in front now of the Mandeville Dolphin swimmer Isaiah Smith in lane number 5. And they're moving up ever so slightly now on Mujati. Mujati is Wilkins, Brody Wilkins, a 12-year-old in lane number 6. Coming through now, lap number 10. Del Grosso with an even bigger lead there, turning on a 2:49 with 36 there. So the slowest 50 so far of his 400, but has such a big lead now that he's acquired in the first half of this race. He's into the business end now. Just 5 laps to go, and he'll be looking to build on each 50. Bit of a move coming now as well from Tatenda Mujati in lane number 3. Aqua Athlete moving up on his Mandeville Dolphins rival there in lane number 5, Isaiah Smith. Jackson Wheeler and Brody Wilkins going nicely as well. The two 12-year-olds, likewise to Caden Sneeman, a 41.93 there, that last 50. So another 36 there on that last 50 from Del Grosso. He's about to finish the next 50, and we'll see if he's getting any faster. So he moves now into his last 50 of the race. Coaches, watch on. If you're watching the live stream now, watching on nervously. And the bell goes. It's a 36.2, so he's holding very consistent. The last 150 meters have been 36.0, 36.1, and 36.2 from Gianluca Del Grosso. Turning now in second place, Isaiah Smith, 420.23. Bells go for these 12-year-old boys, but the winner by a country mile is Del Grosso. He came home under 36 there, 35.81 for a 437.65. Entry time of 4:44. He dropped about 7 seconds there. Coaches are happy, and a really, really great swim there. Coming home in second place was Isaiah Smith, also home in 35.8 for a 4:56. Third place did go to Mujati in 5 minutes, and 5:02 was fourth for Wilkins.
Ladies and gentlemen, event 219, the women 4x100 meter relay. The Tux women's team, you will now swim in event 220 against the men. So the women 4x100 freestyle relay, that women's Tux team, you have moved to event 220 to race against the men. Heat 2.
Into the water goes heat number 2 now of event 218, the men's 400 meter freestyle. Should see a bit faster swimming here. The fastest seed here, Matthew Sandilands from Mandeville Dolphins. So his sister Hannah Sandilands had a really good swim early on in the night. And out in lane number 1, had a really good start there was Juan Kui. Also has a sister swimming in this gala. So a lot of siblings here, all swimming really nicely. Kian Sneeman swimming a nice race there in lane number 6. It's quite a loping stroke. And he'll go through first actually, or second at the 75 meter mark. But Matthew Sandilands and Haram Bians, Jaden Delport, the top 3 seeds here, just working their way into this 400 still. No need to panic yet, very early stages. Although as I say that, Matthew Sandilands goes through on a 33.3 to take the lead at the 100 meter mark. But 104 is a piece here. 5 boys turning on a 104 there through the 100 meter mark, so really nothing in it. And the boy in 5th there turning on a 105. So you could have 5 or 6 swimmers here all in the line. Moving up as well as Caden Clancy in lane number 8. Moving up on Kian Sneeman. Making a clear break now at the 150 mark is Matthew Sandilands. 137.4 there on that 150 there, a 33.4 on that last 50. So his last two 50s have been 33 lows, 33.3 and 33.4. So quite consistent from him at this stage of the race at least. One thing's for sure, in a 400 meter freestyle, you either get faster as the race goes on or you get slower. You don't tend to sit with the same time, so I expect he'll go a little bit faster as the race goes on and really build into it. And coming up now to the 200 meter mark is Sandy Lance turning in a 2:11, and there it is again, a 33.8, so his third 33 in a row. Really, really consistent now from Matthew Sandy Lance, Adam Beens and Kian Sneeman moving in nicely now, as well as lane number 3, Jaden Delport. Connor Smith having a great swim as well. Likewise to Ruan Koi in lane number 1. Still going strongly out in lane number 8, Caden Clancy, turning on a 36.0 for a 2:51 there at the 200 meter mark. So halfway through this race now, and moving up nicely, really, really nicely now is Connor Smith in lane number 2. Edging ever closer now to the leader, Matthew Sandilands. But Sandilands now breathing towards him. He can see him as they get to the last 6 laps, the business end of this 400 meter freestyle. This the second to last heat now, before we hit the last heat of the individual swims for the night, and we hit one relay. In case you're just joining us now, the relays now are being swum in a joint race because one of the teams in the women's have pulled out, which would have left the Tux women's team swimming on their own. So they've opted to put them with the men just to have some competition at least, and who knows, maybe cause an upset and close down on the men. But now moving up really nicely on Sandylands is Haram Beens. He's left it late. They come to the last 50 meters. It's still Sandylands, but nothing in it now. Haram Beens really closing up nicely on him. Likewise to Connor Smith in lane number 2. It's going to be a race between these three. They're all breathing towards each other. So Sandylands now can see the competition coming, and I highly doubt he's going to get his first place taken away here. He's kicking really hard. They're all fighting. Getting faster and faster as the race goes on. He's going to come home in a brilliant 4:25.4 with an entry time of 4:30. He's dropped about 5 seconds there. So a really, really strong swim there. Likewise from lane number 2 and lane number 5 coming home in second place was Haram Beens out of lane number 5 in a 4:28.08, and third place was Connor Smith at 4:28.26.
Right, we move on to the final heat of the men's 400 meter freestyle with Jono Else in lane 4, tuck swimming, leading the seeding times of 4:02. Final heat of the men 400 meter freestyle.
So as was said, the last heat now of the individual swims for the night. Jonathan Else, the fastest seed here, swimming for tucks. And important to note, it's very evident that he's not tapered, not shaved. So this is a training meet for him, just trying to see where he's at in heavy training. You know it's a serious gala when you see the men show up with no facial hair, no chest hair. And if it's a big enough gala, even no armpit hair, they really, really shave down their bodies. I don't even suspect he shaved his legs for this. So just trying to see where he's at under heavy training as the relay girls and boys start to line up. Jonathan Else taking it out nice and smooth. Likewise to lane number 5, the 14-year-old sensation, Gio Kochi. It's a race between the three of them now. Guy Vessels as well, Jonathan Else's Tux teammate, going with him in lane number 3. It's a race between these three guys.
So Michael, the stroke has obviously changed after the first 50. Can you just help our audience understand the 2-beat kick?
So the 2-beat kick is essentially now what they're doing is just for every stroke they take, they're kicking twice. It's very, very common now in the first half of these 400 meter freestyles. And Jonathan Else now going with Gio Kochi and his teammate from Tux there, Guy Vessels in lane number 3. And moving up nicely as well as Chris Boyson in lane number 6.
And at about what stage of the race will that kick start to speed up?
Yeah, the second half definitely. The last 6 laps or so it'll pick up even more the last 100, and I suspect it'll go even up to an 8-beat kick in the last 50 meters. So 8 kicks per arm that goes over the water, but still these 3 in a line as they come now up to halfway.
And do the swimmers legitimately breathe to the side that they want to breathe so that they can see their opposition, or is it generally their stronger side that they breathe to?
It'll be the strong side, but you might catch 1 or 2 breaths towards the flags in the opposite direction there just to see where you are. But Jonathan Else is very versatile. He can breathe to the left and the right. It's actually very rare, and that's what he's doing now. They're still all 3 in a line, but they all know exactly where they are now, these 3, Gio, Jonathan, and Guy.
All right, here we go. Men's 400 meter freestyle, heat 3.
So Guy Vessels now starting to make a bit of a move, ever so slightly. He's got the advantage of breathing to them on these odd-numbered laps. So Jonathan Else, as I said, able to breathe to the left and the right, which is helpful into the turns. Might actually just be making a break now is Gio Kochi, and Jonathan Else recognizing the threat and starting to pick up his pace. Breathing up, looking forward. And these 3 in a race of their own now, turning in a 3:02 at the 300 mark. So if they can come back in about a 58 second, they could be close to breaking these 4 minutes. If Gio could break it at the age of 14, would be really, really spectacular now. And really pulling clear now as he moves into the last 50 meters is Gio Kochi, the 14-year-old out of lane number 5. The bell goes. He's way out in front now. The 2 Tux teammates, Vessels and Else, in lane number 3 and 4. Racing for the silver now because the 14-year-old just streaking away. Last lap for him. Everyone's on their last 50 now. That's Gio on his last lap, just getting faster and faster and faster. He won't break 4 minutes, but he'll get very, very close to it. Should be about a 4:02 or 3. There it is, 4:02.32. In the last 50 of 29 seconds. Coming home second was Vessels in 4:06 and Else in 4:08.09. So the 14-year-old from Johannesburg wins the 400 meter freestyle in a spectacular 4:02.32. And we now look to the relays. Well, we'll wait to hear from the 14-year-old as we finish out the race now. Assuming all 3 of them. Yeah, he's in there. Cardon is not there, so we're going to put Tuck in. Okay. Right now, eh? Yeah. Okay, just 2-1 now or 2-2? 2-2. So we skip 2-1 now.
Congratulations, Gio Kochi, on your win in the 400 meter freestyle. That looked like an unbelievable swim. You were just getting stronger and stronger as the race went on.
Yeah, it's feeling good for like first 250 and last 50. I was like, I can start kicking, so just like started pushing.
4:02.32 PB.
Yeah, kind of wanted to go sub 4, but I'm happy, untapered, it's fine.
And how have you enjoyed your time in Pietermaritzburg?
It's a really nice facility, honestly, super great. One of the best, probably the best pool in South Africa right now.
And we'll see you back soon for SA Short Course.
Yeah, totally. See you.
Amazing. 14 years of age, Gio Kochi, winner of the men's 400 meter freestyle. Well done, Gio. Swimmers for the relay, please step down. Please step down, relax. We've just had a swimmer swim who's going to join the relay. Michael, here we are again, the relays to close the session off. Tuks women have broken many hearts already this weekend. Can they do the same for the men?
No, Tuks really just been dominating the relay events now. The women's team been moved into the men's team now because of a last minute pullout from one of the teams. So it'll be the Tuks men, the Tuks women, and the Cardinals men. And let's see if the girls can give them a run for their money. One of these Tuks teams is going to lose their winning streak. But yeah, let's see what they can cook up here.
So the seeded times are pretty close, only separated by a couple of seconds. So what does it come down to in a relay?
So much. There's so much to be careful for. You don't want to go too early and get disqualified, but at the same time, you don't want to wait too long to dive in because you lose time. So there's a lot of stuff to keep in mind here. But when you're racing for the relay, you're racing for more than just yourself. You're racing for your teammates and your team. So let's see if they can do this.
All right, the swimmers are ready. Our supporters are going to be very biased towards the Tuks women's team. Here we go, our final event of the evening, relay 4x100 freestyle.
So the final event of the evening, event 220, is the men's 400 meter freestyle relay with the women's team in lane number 7. So each team will swim 100 meters freestyle. Each swimmer will swim 100 meters freestyle. And getting off to a nice start now is the Tuks A team. The men will turn first at the 50 meter mark in a fast 23.79. The only leg of a relay that counts as a legitimate time is the first leg. So really, really close now. At the 75 meter mark, actually neck and neck between Cardinals and Tuks.
Right, it's neck and neck here. Cardinals versus Tuks. Let's keep cheering on our ladies as well. This is heading to a great finale.
Into the water goes Tuks with an ever so slightly small lead. Second 50 there of a 26.78 for Cardinals and 27.0 for the Tuks swimmer. So really, really fast. A 57.1 there from the lead-off lady, Vinica, for the female team. Going really, really nicely now. I believe in the water now. Giselle Maritz, the 17-year-old from Tuks. So still nothing in it between Cardinals and Tuks. Are we going to see an upset here? Tuks unbeaten in the relay so far this weekend. But swimming right on the lane up there is the Cardinal swimmer, just using every trick in the book. He's actually moved past now as the Cardinal swimmer. But the underwaters of the Tuks swimmer just really, really good. And still nothing in it now as we move.
Here we go. Final 100. Cardinals versus Tuks. And come on, the women.
So, leg number 3 now. A slight lead being taken again by the Tuks swimmer. This one being Van der Linden, Neil Berger. Van der Linden in for Cardinals, but they touched at the same time after the second leg lead off. And
here we go.
Still
2
nothing
more
in it
legs.
here.
Bring them home, ladies and gentlemen. Bring them home.
So going through just with an ever so slightly 30-40 split second lead is the Tuks swimmer. Berger had a really, really busy night tonight as well. And the crowd gets behind them now. And the final swimmers about to dive in. The women's team going nice and strong as well. The 28 there on that last 50 for Jolene Cornelius.
Final leg of the 4x100 freestyle relay.
Really, really great underwater there.
And
from the
Cardinals are
swimmer.
right back in it.
Female swimmer, the final female swimmer in the water now for the Tux female team. But really, really nothing in it now between Cardinals and Tux. They come to the last 35 meters or so. Tux with an ever so slightly small lead as they come onto the last lap.
Final turn, and it's neck and neck. It is anybody's swim at this stage. Is it Cardinals? Is it Tux? Who's it going to be? The battle of the half out goes to Cardinals win it. What a race. And let's not forget out to lane 7. Let's bring our ladies home.
The Tux women's team now coming home, really in a race of their own now. They'll keep their unbeaten record of winning the women's races, but the Tux men's team defeated by the Cardinals team in the 4x100 meter freestyle relay. Sensational last 50 there from the Cardinal swimmer, under 27 seconds.
What a race to end the session. Brilliant.
So that concludes the racing for this third session this Saturday evening here at AquaPark. A really, really, really great race there. A bit of an upset there by the Cardinals team. They're stealing it in the last 5 meters from the Tux team.
If you could come to the front here, Cardinals. Right, do we have all 4 of our Cardinals swimmers here? It looks like all our officials are departing. Ladies and gentlemen, can we give them a warm round of applause? Thank you to all our officials. Wow, Cardinals, thank you for upsetting the cards there. Who was our 4th swimmer? Where's our 4th swimmer? You went in second, you crawled it back in, you pulled it in at the last second.
Yeah, it was a tough race, but yeah, we got there in the end.
Absolutely. How was yours?
No, it was pretty well. I had to press from the beginning to stay with them, otherwise it wouldn't have happened.
And it's a team sport, isn't it? So everyone contributes in a relay.
100%. Relay is all about the team. Get your best swimmers, best time you can get. Full press the whole way.
Absolutely. And on to our final speaker, beating Tux like that in a relay, final session, final events of the evening. What a race.
You know, it was a good race. It's nice to race some of the big boys sometimes, you know, and this time we got it done.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Cardinals, 4x100 medley champions.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes it for the evening. Thank you for watching. We urge you to come join us tomorrow morning at the AquaPark Center here in Pietermaritzburg at St. Charles College. If not, tune into the live stream for the final session tomorrow morning starting at 9 o'clock. Thanks, guys.